Pepper says, are you ready to have a yard sale? I know I am. Hello everyone and welcome back to A Hoarder's Heart. For today, we are going to have our second yard sale for fall. We had one in September and now we're having one in October. The weather is absolutely perfect. It is sunny, 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 not a cloud in the sky, a very light breeze. It is the perfect weather to do a yard sale. And for this one, whatever is out on those tables is not coming back in. We are getting rid of everything that is there. So I'm really excited to get started, and let me show you how I host my yard sales. So one of the most important things in hosting a successful yard sale is that you need good signage, you need bright colors, you need to get the word out that you are hosting a yard sale so that people stop by and look at your stuff. Now, I always use bright yellow with black lettering. It sticks out when people are driving. They can see everything very, very clearly. And I also post on my Facebook Town's yard sale sites, and I also post on Craigslist. That way, everyone has access into seeing your yard sale, the date, the time, the location, because you want people to stop by. Another thing I like to do a couple days before my yard sale is get my yard sale bank ready. That way I have time. If I don't have any low bills, I can go to the bank and make some change, because I promise you, every single time I have a yard sale, someone in the beginning has a $20 bill that they need me to break, and they're buying $2 worth of stuff. So I'm always prepared. I use this purse right here. It has the zippers everywhere. It's a great messenger bag that's literally from 1999, and she still works. And I also like to write down the total before I start the yard sale. That way I know exactly what I have before we start it. Now, this is where we had stored all our yard sale bins from 3 weeks ago. We didn't take it back into the basement. We kept it up here and put a tarp over it. And luckily, the weather has been so dry and fairly good that everything underneath of here has been fine. Might have been an eyesore for our neighbors, and I kind of apologize for them for that, but we're getting it now. Now, you might notice that, hey, there's a lot more bins in here than the last yard sale. Well, we've been adding to it, and my mom dropped off a bunch of stuff to put in our yard sale. So that's why there's a few more bins that we need to set up. And hubby's got all the tables ready to go because people love shopping on top of the tables, right? And I like to do levels. I have high, low, and you'll see what I mean after we have everything set up. Now, I like to set up on Friday, the day before the yard sale, because I am not getting up at 4 a.m. to try and set all of this stuff up. No, I like to do it the day before. Now, it's getting dark a lot earlier in October than it was in April or May. So now I have to set it up even a little earlier. But look at the bottom of this. I found these boots. Remember last time it rained? Well, it looks like they didn't dry all the way and there's mold. Got to put that directly in the trash. That is a biohazard. Now, if you didn't see the last yard sale video that we had about 3 weeks ago, it had rained overnight between Friday to Saturday. And they weren't calling for rain. There was the littlest cell that literally went over our town. I could not believe it. And as someone who has probably hosted over 20 yard sales in the past 10, 15 years, that has never ever happened to me. So it was just a fluke. Of course, the weather is bone dry. Our area is actually in a drought. So I'm not worried about a spontaneous cell forming. If it does, then that is an act of God because we desperately need the water. Now, setting all of this up does take a couple of hours. And is this a lot of physical work? Yes, it is. But to me, I look at it as a workout, right? This is a really, really good workout for me. And listen, the beginning of the year it was really tough with my surgeries, and I was couch bound for a very long time. So for me, this is a blessing. I get to have my energy. I get to be physically fit and able and capable to do all of this work. So that really puts me into a different mindset that I'm grateful that I can do this. Now, as I was setting up, I had at least 5 cars stop and say, "Oh, hey, I saw your yard sale sign. I see that it's for tomorrow." And they were asking me questions. That is a really good sign. When you have people stopping that Friday before asking you questions, that means you're going to have a lot of traffic tomorrow and that all your signage has worked. And of course, I stop, I take the time, I tell them when I'm open, and I encourage them to stop over in the morning. This is a great sign. And just a little precaution in case we do get a spontaneous rain shower. We tarped everything down, and the tarps are going to be weighted. So that way, if the wind kicks up, nothing's gonna come loose. And I just wanted to take a quick minute to show you my Halloween decorations because I don't think I got a chance to show you this year. And now it is Saturday morning at 6:55 a.m. The yard sale, she's ready to go. It didn't rain last night. It was bone dry. There's not even like morning dew on anything. And we have everything out and ready to go. I just need to take the tarps off. And then we're open for business. And this is what's for sale at today's yard sale. Now, I try to put it in categories. You can see the shoes are together. You can see that children's clothes are down here together. And as we go up here, we have holiday, right? We have some kids' holiday costumes, some Halloween decor. We also have our Christmas decor since the holidays are right around the corner. Over here, this is also good home decor and good purses. A lot of this stuff my mom dropped off for me to put in the yard sale, and I'm grateful because every dollar counts. Over here is kind of like girly nail stickers, toys, all kinds of things, and I always put the bins on the bottom because the kids love to root through them and just try and find new treasures. And over here, I have picture frames, if anyone wants a picture frame. We're also selling a bike. We got a bike for sale. The kids have long outgrown that. This over here are just crafting supplies. We went through those crafting supplies before. We have so many of it. And moving over here is hubby's section. This was stuff that he found in the garage that he wanted to declutter. So this is set up right over here. This is my hanging rack. There's always someone that wants to purchase my hanging rack, but that is not for sale. That is a keeper. And down here, this is adult clothing. Right over here, mixed in with some baby clothes. And here you have it. It's set up. We're ready. I like to create a flow. People seem to like the flow, to walk up and around, and I create this U shape as a shopping experience. And people started showing up early. They started coming at 7:15. Please know that that's going to happen. You're going to have early birds. Even if you put 8 a.m., some people like to come early. And you know what? I'm fine with that because honestly, this is the part I love the most. I love talking to the people. I will talk to each and every one of them. And I'm actually starting to get to know some of them because they are avid yard salers. They love to shop yard sales. And this is probably the 3rd or 4th time they have stopped at my house to pick up some treasures. And this, honestly, this is the part where the recovery for my hoarding happens and occurs. It's because I get to meet the people and because I get to see them happily shop for my items. The items that I worked through emotionally to detach from myself, to let go of my story. And then I see somebody else joyfully pick up the item and purchase it. it gives me closure. It makes me feel like I transferred my joy to them and that I kept the item out of a landfill. And now I'm going to bless this person with this item because they can use it. They can give it to somebody. A child is going to love playing with the toy. For me, this is my why. All the hard work comes down to this because I thoroughly enjoy this part and it gives me closure, and that helps me heal in my hoarding disorder. And now it is the end of the yard sale. I had on all my postings that it ended at 12 noon. I actually ended up ending this at 2 p.m. because I couldn't get over how much foot traffic I had. People kept coming, and we didn't have an actual engagement for Saturday until about 4 p.m., so I allowed it to go longer. But look at how empty this table is. We sold a lot of stuff, and a lot of stuff went home to be reused, to be repurposed, and a lot of happy people. And overall, I'm very happy because a lot of stuff has left this property, but we're not done yet. None of this stuff is going to go back in. No. The rest of this stuff I'm going to post on my Facebook Towns giving page and put it for free. That way, the giving continues. People can still find treasures, and that it is not coming back into my hoarded house. And here are all the emptied out totes. There are 11 in total, and one day I'll be giving away bins, but not for today because I plan on having more yard sales next year because we're going to continue decluttering this house. And also, the side of the house is now cleared out. It's the way it's supposed to be. It's not going to be an eyesore for my neighbors anymore. So I'm happy about that. And now it is Sunday, and whatever did not get picked up from the Facebook Towns giving page, it's all packed up in the Jeep, ready to go to get donated. I decided to continue donating to Goodwill because I met with the manager and I met with many of the employees, and they're wonderful, pleasant people. So I decided to continue donating to Goodwill because, let's be honest, they also make it really easy for you. So I feel very good in my decision. Now, you're probably wondering, how much money did you make at this yard sale, Ms. Hart? Well, I am very happy to tell you that we made a lot of money this yard sale. This stack is pretty thick. Is there a lot of ones? Sure, but that's okay because there's 20s in there too. And I'm going to donate a portion of this to the local food pantry, continuing that positivity, continuing that giving back to the community, because that's what it's really all about. And after adding everything up, which was a lot, I'm so happy to tell you that I made, after the bank, I made $217 in total. That's a lot of money, and I'm very grateful for that. It was worth it to me. Was it a lot of work? Sure. But for me, it was recovery in my mental health, my spiritual health, and my physical health. And my hope and my prayer is that this video motivated and encouraged you to clean, declutter, and let something go in your home today too.